had a start like that for a long time.
Just realised I didn't have the audio up. So Mark involved in that incident one there in that first turn. And you can see Matty McMillan's got away to a blinder using all the curb there. Dave Galley involved in another incident. But Matty McMillan got off to a fly. Chris Blanchard, good to see him surviving all the action there. And Gary Buckland sitting behind. And Andrew Gully coming through out the other side there as well. Yeah, Shawnee, mate, I've realised, mate, that I had a sound issue. I think we've got that fixed. So if I have, mate, give us a shout out and let me know I've got it happening correctly. And how'd you go, Scotty? How'd you find the start?
Not too bad. I mean, I got off on a good note.
It's good to hear, mate.
A good rhythm, and just stuck to that rhythm.
Till lap 11 when I came along.
And that's one of the things you got to remember. Like, I think a lot of people forget that you can't win it on lap 1.
No, you can't.
You know, there's...
And that's what gets me, the guys down the back. They think they can win on the first lap.
Yeah,
it's a long way.
That's better. I was about to say, I don't know what's going on with SDK there because I just all of a sudden had Herman as P1, but that's all sorted. Yeah, it's quite scary, like, particularly when you get a fast guy like Jason Dunn at the back as well, that sort of, you know, Dunny's sort of gone from P22 to P14 here just on that first lap. You know, and you got a quick bloke like him that, without being offensive to Jason, like, drives a hard race, drives a hard car, and you know, you kind of got to go. Well, we'll just give him a bit of room and let him go. You know,
that's it.
You do.
Well, that's where I'm starting to learn. The faster guys, I'll let past me, then I'll jump in behind them.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And get the toe.
Get the toe, learn their lines, and see what you can learn. And
absolutely,
like, one of the big things for me in Split 3 this season so far is we've got Sean's jumped in here, the man I'm about to talk about. You know, like, I found with this race and round 1 that I was racing with Darren Waldron and Sean Leyland, like 2 new guys, and you just got to learn how they drive and learn when to take the opportunity to have a crack.
Absolutely. The last probably 3 laps. Sean got in front of me, then I got him back and held that spot for the last 2 laps.
Oh, is that Will? Hi, Will. It's Sean.
Hey, Sean, how are you, mate?
Hey, Sean.
I'm good, thanks, boys. Yeah, I thought I'd jump in. Good race, wasn't it? Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it was.
Better at the end.
And enjoyed your stream, mate. I went back and had a look at that this morning.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I love streaming it. I'm trying to. It's the V8s are so good, man, and this series is amazing. So I'm trying to get it a bit more popular in the UK because there's a few guys I know that want to race, but it's just not enough people racing at the right time.
Oh no! You got your oxygen masks on, boys, because Jamie's here.
Oh my God! It's Mr. McKnight! Woo! Fanboy moment.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
From Vegas, boys.
Calling in from Vegas. How are you, Jamie?
No, I just flew in from Vegas. So I got a good jet lag.
You just flew in? You're home.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the land of Oz.
So, Jamie, you're telling us what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas?
I better because Barbie's still up.
Well, I did say last week that it wouldn't.
Where'd you stay, Jamie?
Sorry, mate.
Where'd you stay?
Bellagio Penthouse Suite.
Beautiful,
Oh.
Bellagio. That's nice.
Yeah, nothing too fancy, hey, Jamie?
No, just middle of the road, mate.
I was an MGM boy when I was there, so
Yeah, look, I would like to stay probably Aria. That's pretty nice.
Yep.
But look, we just wanted to blend in with the people, get down with the people, as they say. Had a great time.
look, if you ever get the chance to go to that beautiful part of the States, all I can say is you need to spend some time walking up and down the strip.
Yeah, Bubby, that was my 8th trip, John, so I know all about it.
Yeah, the sights and sounds that you see are just, yeah.
Only, yeah, they're good.
Yeah, every Hollywood movie you see about Vegas is true. That's all I'm
Yep.
going to. That's all I'm going to say.
I was going to say, it sounds like Jamie could take us all there as a tour guide.
Yeah.
I tell you, when I retire, boys, I may just do that. It's Vegas trip.
And a big shout out to Shannon McMillan. He's obviously watching to see what Matty gets up to.
G'day,
Jump.
Shannon. How are you, mate?
Jump in, Shen. It's an open lounge, mate. It's for all V8 Vets drivers, not just split 3.
Yeah, you can't go.
Well, obviously,
Yeah,
Jamie's
mate,
here.
the benchmark for those stuff. And how are you boys been racing split 3? I enjoyed that first week. Bye.
Yeah, tonight this is a bit of a challenge for a few of us. Barbara always offers that.
I found it very hard work. It was my first time here, even with Hoff's supreme coaching. I just found it. I just could not find my groove during the race. And Jamie, I only did it on a litre a lap too.
The little that's pretty good. I've been using it myself the last couple of seasons, so I expected, mate, to be honest, with Hoff coaching. But that first Bathurst race, it was good to see Dial up front. I was sort of going for him. Did a win. Come on, Diley.
Keep an eye, keep an eye on Dolly tonight, mate.
Happen, but
It will.
not when Fanatec go and change the software on your while you've had your 12-week break and screw absolutely everything up. And then iRacing make it even better by changing all the graphics in the game. So when you come back into
Where is the man? Look at the man.
That's fantastic.
So the change of graphics explains why the livery on the sides not seen anymore there, Mark? Is that what you're trying to say to us?
yeah, no, that was
come on, Stacey.
that was some rubbing up hazy after I got punted in turn 1.
But just watching the replay there, mate, it's not one side, it's both sides.
Yeah, it's both sides.
You got me the other side.
That's the OCD. He's got to make it match.
I hope that's not you, Jamie, the old Blacktown Mazda or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Wait for the glasses, you need my focus.
I don't like Jamie's sponsors, so
I think I got some of your sponsor on my car, Jamie.
Oh, he's the only sponsor I've ever had that actually went, oh, really? You're sponsoring us? Do we have to? All right.
I'm sure Ben Anthony out there, if he's watching and listening, I know he dreads what we're doing here with Split 3. Some of the conversations we had last week.
That's the reason I sponsored too much.
Yeah.
But nah.
And Hoffy's joined us. How are you, Hoffy?
Yeah, good, mate. Good watching this. It's good fun watching
How's
it.
Mandy?
Yeah, she's good, mate.
Give him my regards, mate.
What's that, mate?
I said, give him my regards.
Will do, mate. And likewise.
Hey Hoff, you're in late to the conversation. I was just telling Jamie how you taught me to do this on a litre a lap.
Yeah, mate, I spent so much time teaching you, I forgot how to fucking change. Oh, I forgot how to change gears.
Mate, you just got to do what I used, not what I used to do, and you got to take a break between each gear change, Andrew.
Oh, yeah, boys. I'm going to change topic. I'm going to ask some serious questions about this track. First of all, what is this?
It's a fucking profile.
Like, what the hell is a motorbike being held by an ant, a Coke bottle, and somebody in a driver suit with a white helmet? Like, what the hell is this?
The graphics, the better graphics.
And then to top that off, the
Is
is this a Yeti? This has been a conversation had by WK&P boys all week. We're trying to work out, is this a Yeti?
Mate, I've been away for...
You've been away for too long, yeah, James.
What's a Yeti?
Bigfoot.
No,
Bigfoot.
Oh, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You guys smoking too much good weed, John.
Yeah, I just want to know how is it that all the WK&P guys could find stuff like that in the incredible track?
that's because they're going off there all the time.
To go have a look.
Oh, I've just put a target on my back.
Matty McMillan,
Yeah.
Matty McMillan, if you're out there, you need to answer this question. How the hell did you know about that?
Take the fifth.
The problem with Blanchy is he's got a tail on his back, but he's always behind.
Where is
Oh,
Blanchy?
you're nasty.
Oh, yeah, look at him. Look at
Here's Blanchy. Look at that. What a beautiful car. The old Deadpool emoji gives it away. And Jason Fewens has joined us as well. Mr. Split 2, how are you, Jace?
This is royalty.
Hey, how are we, boys?
Good, mate.
Right. How are you, mate?
Still fuming, to be honest. So I'm just sitting here quietly in my own, stewing in my own misery.
You left me on Tuesday night. I bloody came up with a beautiful segue and a cross and said, so, Jason, what do you think about this? And it's like you were gone.
It's just crickets. Chirp, chirp.
Get that.
Oh, I've got to thank Pecky for his wonderful car again this week with the two Star 4s bolted together. I get the old engines.
The old engines.
Yep.
Sorry, wasn't that?
So it's a radial.
Yeah.
What have I missed?
What do you miss? Blanchard's running a radial engine in his Commodore tonight.
Better than the one I used to run, buddy.
What was that?
Used to go bang, crackle, and pop.
Yeah, I won them last week, Jamie.
Yeah, no, that's why I switched to the SSR motors. I thought if Christian Smart can get away with gear changing like that on their motors, I've got to go there.
Now, while you were away, I did try to start a poll to try and get you back into the Valvoline livery.
Oh, right, yes, well, they just have to pay. I'll wear it anytime. I can be bought.
You can be bought. Oh, here we go.
That's what I like, a capitalist.
It's just business, boys.
A capitalist. He's willing to sell himself for anything.
Mate, I'll wear the Labor Party on the side of my car if they pay me enough money. I fucking will. Get smart, boys. Get on the people's champion.
Oh, hello. My old adversary, now that I'm a Split 3 driver. Mr. Craig Healy. Welcome to the room, Craig. How are you?
No, Sir Craig, how are you, buddy?
G'day, boys. How you going?
Good.
Oh, never met a mate.
Hey,
Bit
Craig.
jet-lagged.
Craig?
Yeah, going well, mate. Going well.
Bit fucking jet lag, but going good, buddy.
Awesome. How was your trip?
Oh, mate, it's unreal. When you go to Vegas, if you say anything other than unreal, you're a dickhead.
Here we go.
Yeah, roger that.
It's bloody brilliant. Even with Barbie.
You're
That Barbie went shopping and it fucking cost me, boys.
Oh, it's going to cost you in Vegas. Here we go, Jamie. Your teammate Pete Keller here, mate. He's putting some big moves on.
Of course he is, mate. He's one of your teammates.
You just got to sell a couple more to pay for the trip.
I just told the boys that when I got home. I need another 20 months now at the end of the year. And I'll be covered.
So Pete's a teammate of Jamie's.
That's
Of
right.
course he is.
And that red is
on your back now,
Hey,
Pete.
welcome.
that red is so close to orange. Where last week Pete came flying up behind me, and I've gone, oh crap, it's Jamie. I'm just going to pull over to the left here and let him pass.
It's funny you say that because Pete and I have discussed him perhaps racing in the People's Champion Orange. Just a confused Mark Dole giving nightmares.
Well, psychologically speaking,
because I'm going to put a target on Pete now.
psychologically speaking, in Split 3, if you did that, I reckon everyone would move over and get out of the way.
I reckon too, especially Dole. He doesn't like
I
when
would.
he hits mirrors. And he gives me the golf
No.
balls to go past.
No, I don't care who's behind me, mate.
You do, because you say to me, I'm going to let you pass when I'm ready, McKnight.
Yeah, when I'm ready, not when
I know,
you're
so
ready.
I wait fucking 3 laps and then you let me go.
And that's it on a good night.
Yeah. Well then,
No,
I
you're
can,
pretty good, mate. It's 2 laps normal. I'm only bluff. I'm just talking up.
And
Mark
Jeff,
is very certain about when he's letting you go, though. You
And-
tell him when it is, and you wait.
the great man Jeff Thomas has jumped into the lounge. Grab a seat, Jeff, and tell us how you're getting on, mate.
It's getting too fast.
How you going, boys? All right?
Yeah, good, Jeff. Yourself?
I'm going to be sending Jeff.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I just noticed Jamie saying, someone saying when they see Jamie behind them, they pull over. And
No, you don't do that,
no
Jeff.
one does it for me, though. What's going on?
You don't do that, Jeff. You're a good mate. You race me. But then you're fast enough to do it. Not like Bella.
Oh, I've pulled over for you a couple of times, Jamie.
Mate, you have when you've known that the people was on a mission, and I'd get out of your way too in those circumstances. But mate, I've been pretty good overall. I've been pretty gentlemanly, I reckon, most of the last couple of seasons. I do lose to occasionally, as you know. And I'll tell you what, to PIR, I wasn't saying thanks to anyone. I was just barging through, and I thought, gee, that was nice to most of them. They just saw the steam coming off my helmet and said, let's move. It was a great race, but boys.
I did that to Jamie once. I moved over and he said, "What are you doing up?" And I said, "Giving you room." He said, "Nah, mate, you got to race."
Yeah, especially, you know that I like to race though, and just like John Van Ree, he's a real racer. He likes to get in there and have a go with you.
Oh, I have a go, but whether I do any good, that's another story.
Mate, you are too polite sometimes, John. Like I've seen you actually stop on the side of the track for me, and I'm like, John, it's all right, man. I'll get round you when you're ready. You don't have to stop, mate.
Yeah, I know. But
But
you,
you are a
but you,
gentleman,
but
my
you
friend.
usually, mate, you're battling with somebody in the top 3 or 4, and it's like, oh shit, I don't want to be that guy that
Oh, no,
takes you out in the last corner at Nürburgring. Sorry, Scotty.
I love you, Johnny. I mean, we know that McKnight doesn't take too kindly to somebody takes him out when he's in the lead, and it's always an unpleasant
Oh.
time afterwards.
It's quite funny tonight. I was lucky enough to have a bit of a WK&P dinner with Josh Drage and Barella
Yeah,
and Richie Barella and
Yeah, all those names worry me.
Yeah.
The boys.
Richie Barella and Ryan. And
How was Rich?
yeah, Rich is good, mate. Yeah, no, we had a bit of a laugh about a few of the stories we've all had, the war stories of vets over the years.
People's Champion going off. Mark Duggan going off.
Yep.
That was a great night.
Yep. Both those.
Him and
Long,
Timmy Nickel went toe to toe. It was beautiful.
Long Beach did come up.
Yeah, and I said to myself, gee, it's not me tonight. That's great. I love seeing two other people have a go. It's beautiful. It's what makes us all brothers.
So, quick question from my split T boys. Who's been serving it up to Bulldog?
Well, that's
I
what I
served up to him last night because we were both at the rear of the grid. I had a shocking qualifying.
Yep.
What do you mean you're down there with Bulldog, Craig? What are you doing?
Oh, mate, off track on the first lap and probably slid every corner on the second, and ended up being qualified in 30th, and Mr. Bulldog was in 31st.
Well, obviously I gave you the B grade setup this week, mate, because I wasn't racing, so that's probably what did it.
yeah, I do think it was a bit B grade.
You'll have the A grade setup this week. I'm working on it as we speak, boys.
That's good to see.
Yeah, I hope so, because I love motorsport. I love motorsport. It's
I
one of my
know,
favourite
and last
tracks,
year you
so-
said to me, Jamie, that's the best shot I've had at motorsport, so I've got a high reputation to live up to now.
Yeah,
Working hard.
exactly.
We're going to get that one with the brake bias that was so far out of whack. It was
41 and a half.
41 and a half?
It's because you didn't understand it, John.
Yeah.
Actually, is there that much difference this season?
No, it's about 44 and a half at the minute. It's working nice.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not too bad because I've got smaller masters than those boys.
Come on, Blanchy, serve it up the galley here, mate.
Yeah, give it to him. Come on, son.
It was at this point
Left, right, good night.
I felt like the ratio was a bit out this week, Jamie.
Yeah, but look, it could have been, but I was a bit worried about the tyre spinning up with this update, Mark, if you've noticed it wants to spin a bit more. And I thought you might have cooked the tyres with a shorter ratio. And you've always said to me, if you're in doubt, Jamie, go the longer ratio. Right.
Yeah, we were having a change up just before the flip flop there, and just before that little shoot.
Yeah,
You
look,
were in sixth, then out of
1,000% right, but sometimes I do that to keep you on your toes, mate.
Yeah, I actually found the gearing really good because it gave you.
Here we go. I've got to run here. I've got to run on Sean here. Look at this.
Off knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, it gave you a better chance for short shifting and power out. You can get the power down earlier.
Bingo.
Okay.
I held him there.
Darren Waldron, mate. I know you sent me
Oh.
the apology, but I apologise to you. That was all me, mate.
The quality times for there at the sec couldn't have been too bad though. Bloody fast. Like,
Yeah,
the
I
whole
was
field.
actually using fourth coming onto the start-finish track.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
you're using.
Yes. Yeah.
Fourth's the gear you want. If you're nice driving, you don't get too sideways on the exit.
That's right, you can control it a little bit more. That's right.
Maybe I need to give Mark some lessons again on how to drive the car, and it'll be fine. We'll do a section tomorrow, Dolly.
Oh, I told you the software update in the brakes has changed me. It's changed everything. I'll know this week with my sport.
Yep.
If I can't produce the lap times like I did last season or the season before that.
Yeah, but don't forget last season you gave me your account and I did the lap. with me macros.
Yeah, no, it has. They've changed the software completely, and it's completely thrown the.
I've noticed tonight when I'm doing the testing, Mark, I'm feeling a little bit myself, mate. I've had to adjust my brake pressures actually on the actual pedal.
Yeah, I've Fanatec. I've changed all the software. It's
Fanatec?
completely different. Yeah, completely different to what it was 12 weeks ago.
Really?
Isn't it? You get your act together, boys. He's
Yeah.
right.
If you haven't done an update to the V3s, you'll find out when you do, because its software is just different.
Oh yeah, because see, I'm running through my wheelbase, so it hasn't come up for a software
Okay.
update.
Yeah, let's like the shit. Sounds like the update.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
I'll wait.
I had to do. Yeah, well, I did brakes,
Just
the wheel update. I did everything.
Mark,
Whose live is this back in?
just a weird one, Mark. At the moment on screen's Jason Dunn.
No, Dunny.
Just a weird one here, Mark. I found somewhere during the update, I think in iRacing the brake force moved to 1.8
What?
when it should be 0,
Should be saddle.
Yeah.
That should be right.
and that
Yeah.
effed me all over in numerous ways.
Stuff you right up.
Yeah, and when I worked it out, it was like, okay,
Yeah, mine's 1 for some reason.
yeah,
Really?
It's weird tonight. Yeah, you fucking iRacing.
it's supposed to be 0,
Yeah.
isn't it? If you're running
iRacing.
Yes.
a load
It
cell.
should be 0.
If
Zero all
you're
the time.
running a load cell, it should be 0.
Yeah,
Any load cell 0. If you're running G27s, you can play around a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that explains why my braking's been stuffed. Right, let's go back out. See how it feels.
I am not going to update. Mine are feeling really good now. I've got them sorted.
Yeah, but it was just
Yeah,
that was something that caught me out a little while back.
I'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, no, when I came back after 12 weeks of turning the steering wheel, I hadn't been on for 12 weeks,
Mm.
and it kept changing to PS4 mode. So I
Same
had to
as me,
do
same as me
software
now.
updates. And yeah, I had no choice in doing it. And then when I got in and had a look at it, I went, what the hell? What is this shit?
Yeah, you got to watch this stuff. Every update it does something. Mine since I've got only right screens, fuck, it's not working. It's all fuzzy.
Oh,
what
you've
they've
got to
done
go
there.
through all of that, have you? Since
Yep,
the
there's nothing on the
iRacing
screen.
update.
Something wrong with their update. So I always have some fun, especially when you turn the computer off for a couple of weeks and it's used to being on 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, I had to reset up everything. Can you hear that? Me
No,
testing?
missed that
Oh,
one.
that's good. No, I don't want you to hear it.
No,
So-
I
It's the source.
was
I mean-
going to say the same thing because I'm doing a private test session as well.
What lap time are you doing?
I'm mucking around on Speedway.
Oh,
no, I'm on next week's track.
I did one today, a private session on Jamie's set last from
Yep.
last season. I know I did a 16.4.
Yeah, that's what I've just done then, so you're on fire, Hoppy.
Mate,
Yeah, but
mate,
you know, most sports my track.
most sports is about as good as the Speedway, Chris.
Most sports a flow track. If you get the flow and you get into a nice rhythm, like in your mental state, you can be really fast even if you
Oh,
don't get screwed.
So you're buggered,
No,
Blanchy.
The only thing with most sport really is just getting bloody. Is
Early
Blanchy
football.
having a move on Galley here? The main thing about Blanchy really, it's not Blanchy, about most sport, is just getting bloody that Moss corner right.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
but
that's
there's
the
a lot of
biggest
time in
killer.
turn 1 as well. Turn 1 and 2. If you keep the throttle on early, you can really pick up some time there.
Mm.
Yeah, that's another short shifting point too.
Sure is. Third gear. Then turn 1, I go to 4th before I hit the apex. And
Yeah.
turn 2, I do in 5th.
Yeah, Mosport was the first race in the V8 series that I did last year, and yeah, so it's going to be my first gauge to see how I've improved. If I
you'll
have.
improved. You'll have improved, mate. That's
Oh.
all set up.
I'm spending the whole week with Blanchy, helping him with most sports, so he'll be on fire.
Yeah, look, the only place Andrew's legitimately smashed me is Mosport, boys, and he really did when he smashed me. Smashed everybody's leads.
I heard that Hoffy was using half a litre a lap for Mosport.
Yeah, I'm down to 0.4 at the minute. No, 2.5 for me.
Yeah, don't talk about that. After the race last season, I think I crossed the line with 0.3 that race, and there was quite a few that ran out
Jeez,
on the
that's
last
heaps.
lap as well.
That's heaps, mate. You need less than that. Put too much fuel in.
Yeah, I ran out. I ran out this race.
Yeah.
Good on your mark. You've used exactly the maximum.
I reckon for 2/3 of this race, Sean, I reckon you and Darren, here we go, big move here, was basically second apart.
I'll tell you what, boys, you're going to have to be on it next week because I'm on fire here at Mosport. Oh, game at night. My PB here, boys. I'm looking at a 15 here. Let's go, son. Oh, I just lobbed it. Fucking dickhead.
Of course, if you're a Vewts driver and you're watching the stream, don't be scared to jump in and have a chat. And
He was on me. He was on me, Darren, yeah, wasn't he? Whole race there, on me. But at first, I think I finished like a second behind him as well.
yeah, you went far behind him, I don't think.
Yeah. Darren.
Oh, yeah.
Darren Waldron,
What's
Sean
he doing
Leyland.
with 3? Bloody ghosters.
Have a look at the bloke sitting behind Shawnee. This is a big threat, this bloke.
16-2 mother.
I got a question for you guys from last night from Split 3.
Yep.
Did you actually hear the safety car get called?
I heard this safety car.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
No, it's 40,000 feet up there, boys.
And then I came flying around the corner, and all of a sudden here was a Porsche in front of me. After I'd passed Dave Galley, I think I had already done that, and it was like, shit, there was a safety car.
Yes,
Yeah.
I heard somebody call for a tow, and I didn't hear the safety car, but what gave it away for me was I heard him calling the lap cars around.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, okay, he's on the track, so get ready to pull up here. And then, don't know, somebody tapped me as we come onto the main street, just as we caught up
You
with
don't
the
want to be
safety
tapping.
car.
No tapping.
Just the lightest one.
That's for the lovely fellas.
Yeah.
It was
It was just a little love tap.
like, I take my hat off to, I think it was Martin Lofthouse. I'm not sure who the other person was, but you know, I really appreciate. Oh, Josh Strage was in Mildura. Sorry, Mark, you probably should have looked you up. Last night, and Ash Barella was at cricket training for a grand final, so we were short a few bodies in race control.
He's good at everything, that kid.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, look, everyone does a great job there. I'd hate to be trying to keep track of everything.
Well, Ash is actually playing a grand final against my club, but that's another
Ash
story.
is a star, right? He's a star at everything.
Oh yeah, he's the best cricketer I've ever seen.
No, but he's just one of those blokes, whatever he does, he's like that.
And believe it or not, I'll actually say this out loud. He actually drives a cricket ball better than he drives an iRacing car.
Oh, yeah, the only thing he's bad at is everything else he's got it. Nah, mate, kidding, Ash.
Hey, listen, as ex-cricket players, we're all legends in our own lunchtime.
I would agree with that. As the Rudy Hill under 13 one's opening batsman. Average of 44.
I was going to say, there's always that one ball, that one shot that we'll always replay over and over and bore our friends with.
Oh, absolutely.
You should see these blokes at work when I make them watch the vet races, mate. I make them watch the whole race.
Mate,
they're like, yes, mate, can we go in? And you're going to watch the whole thing, mate.
As a cricket tragicist, Bud, I got a fifer and I'll never let anyone live that one down.
A fifer?
You're a bowler.
Yeah.
You're a bowler.
Yeah, I'm a better bowler than a batsman.
I had a 6 foot once.
Left arm straight breaks, Jamie.
Jesus Christ. Shane Warne here, people.
Dare I say, I once got a 6 foot and I had to stop. I was just absolutely buggered. I didn't go for me 7 foot.
I was that bad a bowler, I'd never give him the ball. I was a wicket keeper.
There's a reason why they put you behind the stumps.
Yep, I took all the classic catches, boys.
Big shout out to Ben Anthony. He's jumped in the room. Ben Anthony, how are you, mate?
Ben?
No, he's not in our room. He's just jumped in the
Ben
YouTube room.
Anthony, how are you, son? I hope you're feeling better.
He's watching, checking up on us.
Yeah.
Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Shh. Everyone behave.
Where? Which?
Yeah, I'm back. Stop talking about me.
Is that who?
Yes, Benny, I'm being very well behaved after the text message you sent me earlier.
You blokes are top. How are you, Jamie? Good, Scotty. Here you go, mate. Missed ya.
Look at Danny. Danny's moved up to 12th now. He's up 12 spots. He's our hard charger at the moment.
Fair as usual, mate.
There he is.
I know Herman's struggling because all the Old Mason Sons cars don't have Ryco on the side anymore.
A few companies have got a bit tight. Like Valvoline, they tried to offer me Justin Bieber money, and I said, listen, boys, talk to the People's Champion here. If you can't pay the People's Champion rates, we'll just go to SSR.
Well, I actually heard a rumour, Jamie, that you went to Vegas because Justin Bieger's the...
yeah, my missus wanted to see him for our anniversary.
Yeah. No, it wasn't the anniversary. It was just all about Bieber.
No, she just loves Bieber. She's got Bieber too. She makes me wear one. I love Justin Bieber. I said, but I don't love him. She goes, I do. I said, all right, I will.
Blame it on Bieber.
Fucking true story. She really likes him. I'm going to be concerned sometimes, actually. I think she might leave me for him.
Well, Benny, if you stop looking in on split 3 events, mate, your neck should be fine.
Yeah, mate, especially if the People's Champion's on the commentary. I always make Ben shit himself when I get on. He goes, don't screw too much.
And a big shout out to the old Mason Sons Motorsports group. Watching the broadcast as well.
Yeah, they are mates. Miss you all, mates.
Yeah, there's a few of us out on track at the moment. Yeah, down in split 3.
How are you, Quiney?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
Quiney's had to get a bar scanner to fucking scan all his drivers so he remembers their names.
Is he still talking just over the top of everyone? It's just constant.
Nah, it's because I'm on delay. I'm on delay. That's why, mate.
Oh, okay. How you going, Jamie?
He's still in
Pretty
Vegas.
jet lagged, mate. Yeah, pretty jet
Jamie,
lagged.
what do you think of the new paints?
I love them.
Do you? Yeah.
Actually,
So, yeah,
we did talk about them last week, Michael, and it was a consensus that everybody's actually thinks they're
Oh,
fantastic.
you're talking about his paints?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought you meant mine. Yeah, no, yours is all over the wall, mate.
No, yours is just covered in stickers, mate. You've got like 20 sponsors on yours. We just got 2 on ours.
94, mate. 94 sponsors.
Oh, 94.
It's 44 of them are sub-sponsors, but yeah.
Well, you do like the soapbox, so 94 would be just.
No, they're only paying 20 bucks
quick,
each, that's the problem.
quick rattle off. That'd be. Oh right. Oh, we should just get some major sponsors.
Yeah, no, I know. Just one major would be nice.
Oh look, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Rams Homelands for sponsoring Old Mate and Sons and Pagnium as well.
Yes, thank you, Rams. My mum and dad financed through their whole lives, and I paid off their mortgages after.
Actually, if anyone's actually looking for a home loan, just contact Jason Dunn in the league. He works for Rams Home Loans and he can help you out.
Good on you, Dunny.
Yeah. Can we cut to Jason right now? Is that possible, John?
Find him. Where is he? Jason.
Man, I can do anything as long as he hasn't had too many beers.
He does.
There he is. He's in the pits.
He's not. Is he?
Liquid commentary, he loves it.
Well, that's
delayed.
That's what Ben was worried about.
Yeah, John's inspiration for Ray Warren, so he loves it, mate.
No.
Get on the best boys here.
No, my inspiration was Jamie Warren at Le Mans.
Oh, you're James. Anyone?
Yeah, you ever get the opportunity, guys, if Jamie does another 12-hour race, you want to jump on between the hours of 1 and 3 and listen to Jamie self-commentate himself around Le Mans. It is absolutely a cracker.
You ought to hear myself, this is Jamie, commentating himself in the Bathurst 12-hour with the Fishy boys. I went through a 6-car pile-up and I said, the reflexes of a fucking jet, people. Not a scratch on him, that's why he's got a 4.9999 safety rating. Paying the big bucks, he misses all the crashes. Bloody brilliant. I've got a video of it, I'll send it to you, John.
Yeah, I'd believe
Yeah,
that.
crash avoidance, a human one.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I don't know how I did it. I just closed my eyes and went left, right, left, right, left, right. The car was perfect. Of course, 2 laps later, I fenced it. All on my own. That happens when you go off a bit.
Of course. This bloke drove a Storm last night without self-promoting, and then we go to Spider Cam for some reason.
I didn't set on between.
That's great. We'll go back to that one.
Oh,
Maddie drove well. Everyone's going to the bloody pits. Get out of the pits, everybody. Big Faz. Big Faz not in here
from
tonight.
America. They're a fucking killer.
What's that?
15-hour flights back from America. People, they're a killer.
Try coming back from Europe where it's a lot longer.
No, I've done that. Like in 2019, we did Italy by Dubai. That was a long flight.
Whereabouts you go, Jamie?
Italy by Dubai.
What was your most favourite part?
Oh, by far Venice.
Venice? Nah.
The women there were sensational, man.
Nah.
This is lovely.
Oh, you like the big hairy
Nah,
women, do you?
they're really thin, little big baby things. They're beautiful. I was very impressed. Not like down in Sicily.
Como, mate. Como's the spot.
You talk about 15-hour flights, Jamie. I'll keep this short. Flying back from Sweden out of Copenhagen, and I'm looking there on my ticket. I'm going, my seat doesn't exist anyway. Went to board. Your seat doesn't exist. We'll go and fix this. They come back and, excuse me, sir, would you like to upgrade to business class?
Of course I would.
Got to ask.
Is the Pope Catholic, you stupid idiot? Yeah. I was
Yeah,
wedged up in business class last night, but on that B787, and I took it to you, boys, while I put in the economy, they shoved me like chips in the fish basket.
You should have said no. That would really stuff them because they still got nowhere to put you.
Yeah. Mate, I had my feet under the bloke in front of me and he farted.
Nah, this was on an A340 and had plenty of room in business class.
This is a Boeing 787 on my butt.
It's funny. I went to Hawaii on the 787, but the A340s.
You been in the 80, the A380?
No, I haven't. But just the A340 was just so smooth compared to a Boeing. Like we flew A340s from Bangkok over to Copenhagen and returned. We had jumbos from Sydney to Bangkok, and the difference was.
If you're out there, Michael Dumbrell, we need you to come in, mate, and answer the question. Answer the question: Boeing or Airbus?
Mate, I'll tell you right now, I've been on all of them, and mate, the Airbus A380 Emirates business class. It's the boo stick, people. White leather seats, massage your cool, you name it. Or there are girls serving you. Mate, that is the best airline you'll ever fly. Qatar's not bad too.
I don't care about the seat in the back, Jamie. What I care about is sitting up front.
Mate, I've been down the back for 10 years. I don't even know. It looks like I have actually. I went
no. What I mean, Jamie, is he's sitting up the front in the cockpit.
Oh, the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty useful bloke.
Yeah, pretty useful bloke.
Good one.
I know Michael Dumbrell's a good one, so.
I fly helicopters, so I have a good crack in the old choppers, boys.
What does Dumbrell fly?
I'm not 100% certain. All I know he flies airlines, so.
Probably
spent a bit of time. I know he did
probably
his.
I saw a Boeing.
I know he did his GA time flying up in the Northern Territory, which is good to see.
It's hard work.
Yeah, hard work.
I was going to say he's not flying the DC-3 with the chooks down the back.
Oi,
nah,
don't
pick on
a DC-3s.
It'd be a good pilot if you flew a DC-3.
That's right.
You would be.
We've got a DC-3 in our stable.
Well, I worked on RAF DC-3s for years.
Oh,
there you go.
No, I like now.
You probably worked on the one that we own. So. that's an ex-RAF one.
Yeah, what was the RAF tail number?
Oh, I'd have to go look that up, to be honest.
I worked on 78, 86, 94, and 95.
I'll get back to you, Jeff.
Sweet.
This one left in 1980. I know it spent time in Pierce at the end.
Geez, before my time even.
Yeah, so.
Our four were.
Back when?
Our four were Ardu aircraft, and we had them there.
Yeah.
What, 99?
This was an Ardu.
Yeah, but it was before my time. I got there in 88, so if it was gone before 80.
That means you're a veteran. 88 years. You're older than me. I didn't start working in 93. Just a pup.
Well, I started when I was 15, so.
Well, you were a young lad.
Good evening, Ben.
Gentlemen.
How are you, Benny?
Ben.
Dropping in to keep us honest.
Oh, Ben.
Well, I heard you talking rubbish, so I thought I'd just join in.
Yeah, it needed something, mate. It needed it badly.
There we go, safety car coming out now.
It's just about due. 91. Jeff?
Sorry, 91? Yeah, I was there in 91. Yeah.
No. 65.
Tail. Nah, didn't work on that one. Nah. It wasn't an Ardu at the time, so it might have been one of the earlier ones we had there.
Yeah. So, TMQ's the rego now.
Yeah, I'd know some boys that worked on it, but not me personally. But yeah,
Yeah.
but still, it's
What are you
the
doing?
same type of
Dave
aircraft.
Galley spinning again. Dave Galley, if you're out there, that's not acceptable because this bloke's about to pass you. Look at this guy go. What a great driver.
He's a great driver. One of the best, huge.
And not many battles about at the moment, so I might drop back to Scotty Parent. Scotty Parent's keeping...
Drop back to John Van Ray. Let's see what he's done.
Nah, you don't see him there. This
Or
must be
he's
a safety... I think it's about safety car about now, actually. Everyone seems to slow down a bit. There it is.
Oh, this set up for next week's tune, boys.
How are you, Benny?
I love it.
So, fill us in, mate. You're getting better?
Yeah,
Geez, you sounded positive.
I
buddy.
got what the doctors. I read an article today. There's something called the super cold, which is basically all the symptoms of COVID without actually having it.
Yeah, it's a man flu. I've had
I was going to say it's a man flu, isn't it?
I'd have had a
Well,
heaps.
my fiance would say so. But no,
Good woman.
that part of me is fine. I still feel sick, but compared to what I was, I'm okay. And just my neck's giving me freaking grief now.
Yeah, mate, necks are a problem.
I'm nearly 40. All the aches and pains are coming out.
Not 40 yet, mate. I don't see you on track. I don't see you out here with us, mate. With the pain away, I tried to sponsor the series.
I heard a rumour. I heard a rumour he's coming.
I didn't start getting them until I was 50, Ben.
Yeah, me. I haven't started yet.
Oh.
Then again, I'm super handsome, so that tend to stay pretty young
Jeez,
that way.
Jamie, pull some
we
more
were-
shit out.
We
We
were
were-
hockey related.
Sorry?
We were.
I said dribble some more shit.
I was going to say, him and Hoffy have
Sorry,
been
I
spending
can't
too
hear
much
much.
time around each other.
Yeah, no, we feed each other.
Yeah.
We feed each other. It's all about confidence, boys. You've got to believe in yourself first.
That's right.
If you don't believe in yourself, you're screwed. Ask Mike Dole. So you going today, Mark? He's I'm gonna fuck this race, mate. Your shifter's not working. So yep, he's definitely gonna. Love you, Dolly. Oh, this setup's tuned, boys. It's fucking on fire. I reckon we skip just straight to next week. This setup's that good. So who's winning the race here? Let's get a race update around the grounds here with.
Yeah,
Tony and Dave.
the safety car's winning at the moment.
Yeah, but who's
Yeah.
behind him?
Lofty's winning.
Lofty. It's a bit shifty.
Yeah, no, he's one of our JDRBUM boys.
Yeah, I know he is. I'll watch you blokes, don't worry.
You've been catching up with us on AHU?
Yeah, no. Been looking for a good team for Vargas, so yeah. Been watching this.
Oh, Vargs was filling in for you nicely last night after the race.
Mate, he didn't thank me for the setup like he normally does, so it shows he just does it when I'm around.
No, he was just getting it's your final warning.
Yeah, he was going off, hey.
Hilarious.
That's normally my job. I like it when Vargas arcs up. It's normally pretty fucking hectic. So who's in second place here, fellas?
Dave Garbutt.
Oh, Garbutt. Dave Garbutt. He's been going quick. Had a win as well, I saw.
He was quick at Bathurst, man. I followed him over the top, and I said to him, I said, man, you were quick until you put it into the wall at...
Have you tried to follow Hoff?
Down over Skyline, I think he put it in the wall, but yeah, he was quick in practice.
Have you tried to follow the Hoff over there?
Nah.
Yeah, don't try.
I think I was the quickest over the top.
It doesn't touch your brake at all.
And I said that to somebody the other day in a racing because I learned off the Hoff, and they said, "What?" I said, "From the time you come out of the cutting to the top of Skyline, I do not touch it."
And he saves fuel while he's doing it.
Yeah, I think I was getting, what was it, Blanchie, 24 laps in the Bathurst 1000.
Yeah.
I got 22.
Yeah, when I think you were doing. I did 23. You did 24.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Just to jump in for any of this, 3 boys. Did anyone else think about a fuel stop here under the safety car? Particularly the guys to the back half.
I gave it some thought, but after I got weighed around the safety car, it took me that long to catch the thing.
What were you doing behind the safety car lap down, mate?
Yeah, didn't know that.
If you had been paying attention, Jamie, in lap 1, turn 1,
I'm too busy talking.
I was actually turned around, so I had to wait for the back of the field to come round and get back on track.
Well, I hope race control looked into that.
Because
I don't know if anyone did, because it was dead in the middle of the stint.
Yeah, I know, but I did, and Dave Galley did, and I found, no offence to Darren Waldron, I actually was able to jump him in the next
No,
stop.
but hang on, stop right there, John. If you jump someone, that is offensive.
Yeah. I think
Unless
who
it's
jumped
bulldog.
me? Somebody jumped me in the last spot as well, and I thought, yeah, they've taken less fuel on board. So
I definitely would have pitted under the safety, boys. Definitely. Always pit under safety.
Spend
Always.
the night with John. Spend the night with me, John, on motorsport. I'll get you up to speed.
Yeah, well, it's hard if you can stay with him, you'll get up to speed.
Now, as a local Hoffy,
Can I spend the night with you, Huffy?
You got to pay him $20 in Spain.
as a local Hoffy, we've got first grade grand final in cricket this weekend. East, we played at East Albury, of course. North Albury or Albury? Who's going to win?
Oh, I don't pay much attention to cricket,
Albury,
mate.
no,
It's
Albury,
like golf.
No, come on, Andrew. You're just easy there, boy. As long as you're playing 9 holes.
It's good to see Hoffy doesn't want to offend the Borellas.
That's right.
Cricket's a good game too, mate. I love the Ashes.
Who's in the sand trap?
Yeah, someone went out there in the.
John Van Ray.
No, it wasn't me.
That's standing, John. Every week.
I'm nicely sitting back here in 15th, Jamie.
Mate, see, when Baldock's not distracting you, what happens?
I know.
He was always distracting you last season.
And Will Wilson's joined me, Baldock's most beloved fan member. Number one,
Wilson, the male model from Maitland.
That's right, the number one ticket holder. How are you, Will?
Oh, yeah, pretty fucked.
Oh,
Will,
Dave
come back.
Baldock, Mr. White 37.
Is he in split 3 or 2?
Who's that? Bulldog.
Bulldog.
Split 2, mate.
What happened there?
What happened there?
Did he have a purple moment?
I haven't got it queued up, but the unofficial Split 2 championship from season 10 went to Mr. Bulldog.
Come on.
And I think that gave him an automatic qualification for Split 2 this season.
No,
Hell
come
no.
on. There must have been some
No, it's not.
miscalculations. I mean, Bulldog talks most of the race, doesn't he? He's worse than me.
He's good when I get him in for the East Coast commentary.
He's actually very insightful. I was surprised.
I know, so was I.
I thought it was Bulldog or his missus.
It was like, just got to tweak the audio here to put a bit of drone into the tone.
You're a bass in the voice.
Yeah, a bit of bass in the voice, yep.
Talks a bit like he's short and talks very quietly away from the mic. But if you boost him up, he's bloody good.
And of course, Ed Collins jumped in and joined us. How are you, Ed?
Yeah, good thanks, fellas. Just watched Buddy kick his 1,000 goal, so...
Oh, go, Buddy.
Yeah.
That was 5 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
No,
I was going to say, did they vote the pitch?
Big time.
Of course, he had to bloody do it against Geelong, didn't he?
Yeah, well, wouldn't have been hard.
Boy, behave, McKnight.
Sorry, mate. I just had to win.
Would have been better against Hawthorn, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been actually.
And I think we're racing here.
We're racing, and we are green.
We are green.
McKnight's yellow, and we are green.
And Matty McMillan leads them off into turn 1.
Can you believe, boys, I wasn't given seeding points for the first 2 rounds like I should have been? That's bloody bullshit, isn't it? An 8-time champion, I was given no points. You
Hey,
would have thought they should have given me my average result, which was first.
I want to ask you, Jamie,
Yeah, mate.
what did you think of the VIR round? The track
Mate,
layout.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
You loved it?
Yeah, it took me a while to get used to it, but once I got used to it, I loved it. I love that middle section.
Good.
Sorry if that's against the consensus, but I liked it. I thought wonderful job.
It was different.
Yeah, well, that's what when we looked at it, we went, well, we'll make him drive the whole thing.
It was 7.5 k's long. The lap was awesome.
I kind of actually remember when we looked at it and talked about it, And
The race control was another story, but the bloody track was great.
and I remember we laughed at it, and I think that was the problem. We shouldn't have laughed at it.
Well, it's technical. It was a technical track. But when I seen Greg Travell do a 226 first day, I thought, I'm fucked here. I didn't think I had any chance. Mate, that was to do a 226 around there was tough. You had to get it all right. Him and Duggan showing off.
It was always fun going into practices at the start of the week and watching everyone go straight past that corner on the back straight.
Hey, were you watching me?
I was watching everyone.
You see Christian Smart? He did it about 9 times. I said, Christian,
Yeah.
look, which is that, mate? He goes, I've got my glasses on.
See the numbers on the side of the road?
Actually, once you got that middle section sorted, it was real good. You could flow it real nice. Varga was really quick through there.
I was annoyed though that Luke didn't actually call the corner name.
What was it? Puntov?
No, the corner name is Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
So if you had a split 3 broadcast for that season, they would have got called bitch.
McKnight goes through the bitch again. I cleans it up.
Yeah. Goes
McKnight,
to the bitch for the 60th time.
McKnight bitches it up.
McKnight's going for his second drive through here. What's going on? Race control's trying to make him lose, but don't worry, he'll come back and he'll still get second and win.
So Christian was going deep into the bitch, eh?
Yeah, he was deep into the bitch spot 9 at 10 times. Sorry, Mr. Smart, but he was. Jet lagged and I'm still funnier than you. Anyway. Hey, I love, see Ben's laughing in the background. He does that to me all the time. Like, when we're in Discord in a race, I hear this. I think I've just tickled Ben's fancy.
You're an idiot. Yeah, it's not a spotty laugh.
McKnight's a fucking classic. It's good value.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hot wings?
What's everyone's thoughts on the set splits?
Yeah, I like it.
That's a good question,
I
Ben.
haven't raced one yet, but I like it.
Look, last week I battled with Darren and Sean. This week I battled with Darren and Sean. And it's kind of nice to be battling with the same people every week and not having too many blokes bashing through the field, so to speak.
They are, mate, so you can race them in a certain way. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as split 2. It's a bloody battle from bloody whether you're in first place to bloody 30th place, to be honest.
I'll tell you that here, boys. Can I say after watching split 2 tonight, I don't really want to have a crack on there. It's been fast and it's good. Like, there's guys in there that definitely I think should be split 1 for sure. The lap times are pretty close to split 1s as well, so good.
Yeah, well, those guys will.
I'm a bit frightened.
Those guys will grow and they'll eventually make it in the split 1.
No, they will. They will. That's why I'm frightened.
Well, it's interesting to watch where some guys are good on some tracks and some aren't. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out during the season.
The key to a championship is being all right at every track, not brilliant at any and not terrible at any.
If I could put me 5 cents worth in being a learner driver this season in these cars.
No such thing.
I believe, like, split 3, yeah, I'd hate to be in a 40 grid.
It's fun, man.
Yeah,
Where's it?
Just
Where's it?
being overtaken all the time.
Listen, Ed, you sweat from your testicles when there's 40 cars on track the whole race. Like, there's a big puddle underneath your seat. Yeah, it's awesome.
So
every mirror's full. Everywhere you're looking, there's a car. You'll love it.
But I mean, just the fact that your eyes will be constantly on that relative.
Cross-eyed body into the race, mate.
Yeah, where this league in the thirds, I felt comfortable. Just you're just trying to hit your lines. You're not trying to get in anyone's way.
Mate. It's
and
take that next step.
That was the idea, Ed, when we 100%. Talked about it, of going to the 3 splits. And I'm sort of in the situation where my brother's, I'm not going to call him a spud, but he's a learner.
He's brilliant.
He's having a crack. Take it off to him. He can drive a go-kart, but
he makes you look like a lady driver.
He can drive a go-kart, but he's struggling to drive a computer more than an iRacing.
We all do that at the start, mate.
We all do. And, the first season, he did season 10, and he just absolutely struggled with being passed by everybody, and he'd try and get out of the way, and then he'd be off the track, or he'd go the other way, and people would crash into him because he's competing against them to, stay at blue flags advisory.
John, we talked about Herman.
Hang on, Jamie, you just went.
You went alien on us, mate.
Yeah, flat, Jamie.
Was we talking about Herman or John?
Herman.
Herman.
Oh, it sounded like John.
No, I'm saying no. Herman was worse than me in terms
He
of
goes right, Herman.
yeah.
He's improved heaps.
He's improved heaps. Don't get me wrong. Love my brother.
These cars take 2 years, mate.
Oh yeah.
There's no shortcuts.
Oh
No
yeah,
shortcuts.
and
Famous.
you know he's got life in the way as well at the moment.
Bloody life.
Yeah. Worst thing for an iRacing career.
Yeah, it's a real different from my racing. That's all.
Yeah, but it's
Work's a real intrusion.
you know, but I think in this series, like this week, he didn't do the practice and to learn the track, so that's a disadvantage.
Well, that's not good news.
Yeah, but in terms of racing in a split with 20, 25 or 30 cars and not being lapped so quickly, he's got time to actually focus on racing around the likes of Phil Marsh and whoever else is down the back.
He's having a race with people who he's in the same skill level with, and that's how you get better together.
Exactly. And that's where this set splits, I think, is really going to pay off for everybody.
Genius move. Genius move.
Yeah, just a question for Ed. How often do you look at your
Oh, Andrew, that's a bit personal.
I have it permanently on the screen.
Yeah, but how often do you look at it?
When someone, especially with the safety cars and pits, I keep an eye on, who's coming up behind me, especially the quicker drivers.
Sounds like he looks at it 4 or 5 times a lap, Andrew.
Hang on, I'm just going to do two quick things for Will Wilson, who's watching along. Will?
Hey, Will.
If you reckon Spider's a bad mate, what the F is this? And the question that was asked before was, is this a Yeti or a Bigfoot?
Fuck is a Yeti?
Listen,
a Bigfoot.
We're in Alabama. I just don't know.
Hey, I was just over in Vegas.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah,
I tell you, the
Alabama, mate.
2 6'2" African American girls. They look like big
And
on the strip. I gotta tell you.
Stephen Murray, welcome to the broadcast, mate.
Stephen Murray's a legend, that bloke. Known from school. I did. Went to school with him.
There you go.
Marion Public. He's one of my mates, Stephen Murray. He did spell it with a V though, so I'm not sure if it's the same guy, but yeah. Same
You
name.
got mates, Jamie.
Nah.
How much did you pay?
Well, I've got a mate I play at the moment called Barbie, and she's costing a fucking fortune, boys.
Hey, I was about to ask the question. Does Jamie have a mate? Does it come with a car discount?
Mate, I've got mates just before people buy cars. I've got some best mates, mate. Like, next time come over, help me, whatever. As soon as I sell my car, dude. Yeah, three. I don't hear from them until they want their free service 12 months later. Oh, g'day, John. How are you, mate? What's your phone been broken? Oh, no, I've just been flat out, dude.
I should laugh.
Well, it's true, but I know which friends are friends and which ones are car friends.
Mick Nightmares. I love that.
Yeah, I got Barbie and V8 Vets, mate. I don't need any mates. I'm sweet. Barbie's my best friend. Aren't you, darling? Sorry, she's just sitting there. Caught me saying nice things about her. I'm in, boys.
Obviously, you had a good trip to Vegas by the sounds of it, Jamie.
We had 20th wedding anniversary, mate. Of course we did. The honeymoon all over again. Except we had kids.
20 years, that's a fair effort, mate. I think I'm about to come up.
My sister said to me she's been married 3 times and ended that after 20 years. Okay, Christy.
Coming up to my 22nd, I think, this year, 23rd. So,
congratulations, mate. How old are you?
Me?
Yeah, you must be in my age bracket.
48.
Oh, Jesus. Very close. I'm 75, mate. H.J. Kingswood. So I'm 46.
There you go.
Jamie, you'll be happy to know that I'm getting married on Bathurst weekend this year.
I know about that already, mate, and I've just been waiting for my invite.
Just I was about to say, sorry I won't be there, Ben, because I just got an invite to Bathurst this evening, so...
I was going to say, obviously you didn't have a say in the wedding date.
No, that was the test for him. We're getting married on Bathurst weekend. It's like, all right, baby. Right, can I have a room? Okay, yeah.
Well, we wanted a particular venue for a long time, and that was the only date available this year. So.
That's because no one else wanted to book it on Bathurst weekend, buddy.
So does that come with the big screen?
What's it?
So you can watch top 10 shooting.
So
So Ben, tell me, you were dreaming of getting married in an RSL.
No, it's Swansea RSL. They got a nice area up top and everything like that.
Oh well, I'll look forward to it when I get there. I'll have a look.
You paying for it?
I knew there was a reason why you were the
Hang on, I've
sponsor of
already paid
Taipan, Jamie.
I'm in credit then.
True.
I mean, surely I've got a seat on table like 27 or something.
Yeah, well, I'll put you with Cam and Luke.
And I'll even do a speech for you.
So Stephen Murray
Oh,
doesn't
God,
know you,
no.
Jamie. He went to Bathurst High School.
Well, it was close. It's only a few hours away from where I went to school. Could have come across him.
Just over the hill.
It's over the hill,
we're
yeah.
tell Stephen we're like we're best mates. Doesn't matter. That's what I do with my real mate. So it's all good.
So big shout out to Heels, mate. What's been going on in your world, mate?
Oh, not much, mate. You know, just kicking back.
Geez, that's exactly like the adult story about Aussies in
Kicking
America.
back with his Pepsi
What's he
Max.
saying? They go,
With
yeah.
Pepsi Max, mate. I'm trying to get Ben to get me a full-on sponsor with Pepsi Max. But
Hey mate, I'm already your sponsor.
not eventuated yet. Oh, I know.
And
It's personal sponsor, mate.
still
Personal.
driving the Isuzu, mate?
Mate, still got the Isuzu.
Ah, well, he's a legend. Go Isuzu.
Yeah.
How mad was
Yeah.
you, people? For the People's Champion skills.
Yeah, wouldn't buy anything else but an Isuzu, to be honest.
Brilliant, mate. I've got one myself. Just called a Mazda B250 with the same engine, same car.
Same diff.
Got his Isuzu build badge on it.
Yeah, same diff, different badge.
They are now.
That's it.
Blanchy, you're still sitting in 30, mate. Looking good. Everything all right?
So shut up, John. I'm still in third. Be quiet to
I'm
the
not
end.
saying. Am I sitting in third there?
Yeah.
Commentators curse, all right?
Yeah, it's coming.
He's going to win. Nah, he is. I can just tell by the way he's driving.
Can't give nothing away here, but no.
And he's too smug. I can read it straight away. He's smug as. He won. Nah, you can't get past me, mate. He's driving well, but all you blokes at the front are driving pretty nice and smooth there, I see.
I see John's got a 006 in his rear vision mirror.
I was going to say there, Jamie. I really struggled with rhythm there last night. It was a real battle for me the entire
It's a prick of the track.
Yeah,
I hate it.
is.
I was glad I missed it. The only thing I was upset about was missing Bathurst, and I did put in a formal request to move the race, but it was a no.
I could teach you the
Jeez.
dial block if you want, John. If you
Jeez,
ever
Mark, is that not in the foreground there, mate? Is that me, is it?
Yeah, I was denied outright. He's Mark.
Yeah, that is you.
What are you doing, mate? Oh no, he got taken out that one. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Through the field, but
And just as you catch it, you shift to snaps.
Oh, don't go there.
Yeah, I heard about you, Andrew, blowing some engines. Who do you think you are, me?
Sorry.
Just going around popping engines. Who do you think you are, me?
Oh, mate, I was shattered last night. Absolutely
Also
shattered.
kills you when that thing goes. You still have smoke behind you. You go, not again.
That's the first time it's happened.
Well, for me, it was not again.
Yeah, I don't buy mine, mate. It's from the same place you do.
No, no SSR.
Yeah, the hot was doing a bit of Morse code on my bumper a few laps around last night.
Have a race with Christian Smart. He lives there.
I was on a mission after that, so yeah, sorry, buddy.
It's all good, mate. All good.
I'll tell you what, Mark, I reckon Scotty Perrins is going to give you a run for your money here.
Christian Smart had more contacts with me than Barbie.
I stuck with him for
Scotty hung on for a while. But this was at the point I realised that I was going to have to start saving a bit of fuel.
Watching Mark save fuel is like watching two seagulls fight over a chip. He hates backing off.
Wait till the last 100 metres over the line.
Well, when I got to the second last lap and I seen that I had 0.4 of a lap left in the tank, I thought, well, I'm going for it. It's all or nothing.
You need some Hoff lessons, dude. That's 2 laps for him.
Because the bloke we haven't heard from for a while is Sean Leyland. How are you, Shawnee?
So Leyland cousin. How are you, Sean?
Leyland brothers. Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
Oh, he's not very Leyland, is he? He's Pommy. All right, son. All right. Love the Pommies. My dad was from Scouse, mate. Liverpool.
Was that was that Scouse?
Well, I've been in America and I have been talking like this for a couple of weeks to the girls. Hey, baby. That's the People's Champion here. Do you know who I am? Of course you don't. From Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
No, Australia.
So, when I was in Vegas on my boys' trip, Jamie, one of the things we found was every time we walked down the strip, we got given cards.
Yeah, I've got thousands of them, mate.
Yep.
Barbie wasn't impressed with it, though.
She wasn't? No. Didn't think she would
thought
be.
they were credit cards at first, and then she realised they were lady cards.
So it was quite funny
Just even
because
trying to get them through customs.
I was on a boys trip, we actually played Snap with them when we got back to the room.
Now let's just delete that and go back 7 seconds, people. Don't you ever admit that to anyone again. You never did that. That's just a lie. You must, your wife must be listening. Hello.
Hello.
I understand, Ray. Yes, John's a very good boy.
She knows. I've told her that story.
I'll tell you, it's the worst when you forget taking out your jeans pockets and you get home and miss those washings. She's like, what's this?
It's quite funny. Just to quantify the story, it's just like you walk down the strip and the Mexicans just like are handing out cards of call girls, and it's quite funny.
And they slap the card at you. They go, hey,
take this, and then you watch old mate on a push bike riding down this strip with a box full of cards, handing them out to the guys because they're low on cards.
Yeah, and the bloke that's got 4 hands, and he's got 4 hands stuck out, and he goes, take card, come tonight, 3 drinks.
It's quite funny.
200 entry fee. No, I don't go to
And Will Wilson reckons you get catfish with those cards. The girls who rock up never look the same.
It's just like RSVP, mate. The year 10 school photo. Yeah, no, I was 53 last week. Yeah, that's my year 10 photo. Poor old Dolly gets caught out all the time. Of course, I had to look at his profile, and he's got his 21st birthday photo on his profile. So. Good looking boy back then, mate.
Yeah, you'd be lucky to find my 21st birthday photo.
Oh, it's in black and white. In black and white. Yeah, it's nice.
It'd be hard pushed to find any of them around.
Oh, just Google Mark Doll. Find each of them.
Yeah, right.
Toyota factory worker, mate. Always on the Union front page. I found one.
So, quick question for Jeff Thomas, if you're still on there, mate. So, you used to work in the RAF as an aircraft mechanic. What do you do now, mate?
Would you believe I'm still in the game? I'm just a contractor, mate.
You're still in the game as a contractor? So you're a lamey, or you're still working for the RAF?
No, I still work on defence stuff.
Yeah,
So
just he's on 180 now instead of 40. Got to pay his own super, mate. Got to pay his own super.
Definitely not on more money, but no, I worked in the RAF until about 97, and then I went to Saudi for a few years and made some big bucks.
Yep.
Well, I'm rich today.
Amen.
Jokes. But anyway, yeah, and then I've just been contracting ever since. So and pretty much all my time at the RAF at Ardu, so which is stands for Aircraft Research Development Unit. So I've spent most of my life there, basically 30 years. But yeah, so everything from DC3s, like we talked about, Dakotas, and Mackies, and even actually worked on Mirages in my first 6 months when I got out of training, and Hornets was probably most of my life.
Especially when you road test them.
Don't do too much of that, but I have been in Hornets for a ride, etc. And PC9s, and now PC21's the new RAF trainer, so that's what we've got.
That's awesome. That's very interesting.
Yeah, we had
everyone says, exciting job, but when you've been doing it for 30 plus years, it's...
Don't kill it for us, man, please.
No, it's just normal.
Aeroplane's an aeroplane.
Go to work.
Big parts. Big horsepower.
Yeah, no, it's all trick gear, so it is nice stuff to work on.
I've been detailing cars for 30 years this year. I'm getting a bit weathered in the hands from it. Washed a lot of cars.
Oh, here we go, Dave Galley, the big move on Sean. Doesn't get it done. Back me up here, Sean. Watching your stream. I reckon you looked in the mirror here, saw Dave go into the pits and got lost.
No, his GPS failed.
Yeah.
Happened to me once.
GPS mechanical failure.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a real catch there. I nearly found myself following somebody in the pits once.
Look like you're in two minds.
And then, of course, the next couple of laps on your stream are very entertaining.
How do you know this is live? Isn't it?
This is live, yeah. But I watched the stream this morning. So.
Look at it. It's live.
Yeah. Well, if it's live, just so you know, if you're watching the stream live from Sean, is going off tap now about how he stuffed up.
Oh, I love that, mate. I do that all the time. Don't worry.
Oh, mate.
Just get the emotions out. Got to let them go.
Yeah.
And you don't mean to impose them on everyone else, but you don't give a fuck at the time. Yeah,
No, it was great. I loved it. Raw passion.
Every time,
use myself on radio.
Sean, every time I spin by myself, I end up 90 degrees to the wall and have to wait for the whole field.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Mate. It's amazing how quick it goes wrong. It's feeling so comfortable, and then it all went wrong.
I'll tell you what, though, you're going right for a pommy, mate. You blokes are normally used to 2-cylinder Astras. They're electric now, aren't they, over there? All electric.
Of course, if you go by
like an Aussie the way he drives.
If you go by the Top Gear boys, we raced at Bathurst last week.
Bathurst. Mount Panorama.
Never forget the Top Gear episode where the Commodore got a review from Hammond.
Commode.
Was that the one where they took it on the beach? No, that was the Monaro.
Yeah,
that was Monaro.
What do they want to do? Rustle it while they're on there. It's silly oddie.
Actually, no, it wasn't. No, it was the Monaro that, what's old mate? He took it for a drive and they had it set up, the stereo was swearing at him.
That sounds like my kind of car.
And of course, Stephen Murray wants to know if you won, Jamie.
I always win, Stephen.
There you go.
That's why Mark hates me. Dial hates me because
he doesn't always win, Stephen.
Oh, sorry, no, 50 tips at a time. 50 tips at a time, Stephen. So, you know, if you watched every second race, you'd surely see me win.
Just don't know where Faz is tonight.
When he doesn't pop an engine.
Yeah, I haven't popped an engine.
Faz is trying to work out how to go from 1G to 2G.
Well, you've only got to spend more money, really. To spend more money, you get more horsepower.
Well, I did say at the end of the race he couldn't come in unless he was more than 1G.
Now, isn't he a character? So I've raced with Simon Faz, and when he has a detonation, he makes me look like a bloody amateur. I mean, go Faz, I love your stuff, mate. You make me look good. He just doesn't take out like race control. He starts serving it up to every driver he questions him too. What did you say, mate? You want to start too? Yeah, I'll take you into this one. Like he's a man of my own heart.
You be quiet, Ben Anthony. You're not supposed to talk about that.
Ben didn't hear that. He was in split two.
Yeah, that's good.
That's where Ben should be. A split one looking after me instead of letting his bloody out of control race control give me drive-throughs.
I don't think too many of us would get many words in.
Ben's having a go. Ben's just having a go at this bloke running around in fifth. That's all.
I thought my in-game chat had been muted for the last 3 seasons, Scotty. I don't think anyone can hear me. I just talk and no one's there. Ben's
yeah, they've learnt to just ignore you now.
I can only get through on Discord.
Will Wilson, yeah,
those. Only 3 people on my channel.
Will Wilson, I love you, mate. Those green liveries do look fantastic.
They look tops. I'm very impressed with the liveries this season. They look first class. You can tell Baldock hasn't done his teams because they look tops.
Well, Bill Baldock's changed his bloody livery this season. He's trying to look more like a bloody New South Wales police car.
You need to get up close enough for people to scare him, though, Dave.
Inspector Baldock.
No good when you're fucking 100 metres back, mate.
Hey, I want to know where Roy is. I want to hang shit on Roy again this week.
Roy got sideways in the race before, and it was the best save I've ever seen. Honestly, I don't know. I think it was a dead set fluke, but it looked awesome. He was on the grass, he was sideways, and he just pulled it back around, drifted it right, 30-degree lock, and straight into it. And I was like, that can't be Roy.
Yeah, no. Then it wasn't long later when he nailed Reggie.
Reggie popped the engine, unfortunately. Thought it was sorry for Reggie. I've been there myself.
I'll tell you what, Reggie.
Roy nailed him right in the door.
Reggie has to be one of the most passionate blokes I've ever seen in iRacing, though. I remember.
And the race we done for me, boys. Unreal.
I remember dropping down to. I remember dropping down to the PRA Banter Alliance channel. No, we say to Dave, you did well. And Reggie was just going off tap. That was that race at Nürburgring where Reggie had the accident at the start. And Reggie was just going off tap and it was like, Dave, you did well. Bye.
There's nothing wrong with the good exhale, boys. You need to do it occasionally. Ask Mark Dole. Reggie, one team in chat bans from iRacing.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you do things, that piss people off, you will get that from me.
It's when Dickhead in front of you.
Matty McMillan, where are you, mate? Why aren't you jumping in?
What's that?
Matty McMillan's in the chat on YouTube. Why aren't you jumping into Discord, mate? Where are you?
Jamie replaced Faz from last week, mate.
Hasn't had enough beers.
Yeah, I did hear, Ben Anthony, that PRA and EMU were in deep counselling talks at the moment after last night's race in Split 2.
What happened? Did Bulldog started?
No, apparently Bulldog had nothing to do with it. And Fewens has left before we can ask the question.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're out there, Fewens, or anyone from PRA EMU, please come in and explain. Faz in the fence. Oh, didn't see that one.
I seen it in my mirror.
Don, the only thing I can think of is the instrument shut down.
Yeah, I seen him in the mirror going. I thought, oh my god, he must have only just missed me, and I just didn't realise how close he was.
How did you?
A bunch of
I was under a bit of pressure. This is where I really started going, well, shit, what do I do here? I've got Dial coming up behind me. I've got Faz in front of me. It's like, do I attack Faz or do I defend Dial?
You never attack. That I do.
Either or was going to be the worst decision.
I actually found there on the hairpin last night, and whether or not anybody's on here, that I think Kelleher, I had to do it too, onto the hairpin. I took the inside line, like coming out of the over the rise, I'd stay to the left-hand side of the track and just stay on that side, and just made it impossible for anyone to get past.
I'd like to idea. Talk about having those tough races.
Definitely does. So apparently Fewens took out Warren, Reg took out Roy, all the other cars got hit by others and taken out. So you're saying that Ben Anthony, Mr. Race Control, you're saying that Baldock was taken out by somebody else. Who was it? Let me know. Just so I can send the money transfer.
That's just a play for TV time. Just crashes gets commentary and vision. I claim that. A bit low these days.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, Jamie, but I think you might be just out of range a little bit, or your battery's going flat.
That's outrageous. Can you hear me?
Amy's been out of range for 30 odd years.
No, deranged to me.
Since
16.
Yeah, deranged, yeah. Yeah.
Fuck it then. I'll just listen. You hear the way they speak to me, dogs?
No, I can hear you now.
Oh, g'day, boys. How are you?
Yeah, good, Jamie.
I was just playing in the pool.
Oh, welcome back.
Just got told by Barbie, can you please stop
talking?
Okay. Text message, can't even walk down and tell me. They're lazy women these days, I tell you.
Promise is a
text you.
Promise is a promise, Jamie.
Hello? Take care. Oh, internet sucks. I haven't used it for 2 weeks. I think it'll be on fire.
Hey, Ben, if you're looking for the name you took out Bulldog, put my name down and I'll go your halves.
Healy! Bring on Craig Healy! I love it!
I'll do it for free.
Hi, Dave.
Jeez, that's good racing there.
Ben, can you organise a green car for Heels next week, please? Thank you.
Whoever's in the red car is getting severely obstructed.
That is Hazy. Michael Hayes.
He's got some mid-corner speed.
Hazy drives really well. Like, I know we've lost Mick Rush to this series, which was probably a chat we need to have at some stage. But, where is Rushy? Because he was one of the characters, and I love the bloke to death, and I'd love to have him back. So, Scotty Perrins, it's on you to get him back. Matty McMillan.
Rushy's Picard does paints.
Yeah, he does paints, and he drives RX, and I know that, but he's a character.
He does paints.
Yeah, but
he's Leonardo.
Leonardo de Rush, yeah.
A paint takes him 2 weeks.
Yeah, but he's a character, and Split 3 has been developed and designed around blokes who I would call characters. So it's really open to him, Scotty, so please try and talk him back.
Well, we had first round 1 of the Aussie sprint cars last Saturday night. And he actually did more than 3 laps.
No way, it must.
Did he run? He did. You mean to say he did a marathon?
Yeah.
Most of it's 7 laps. That's it.
And big shout out, Matty McMillan, how are you, mate?
Oh, good boys. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Hey, Matty.
Hey, Matty.
Hey, Matty.
Few Indians in here tonight.
Mate, we need someone to come in and class it up, mate. You came just in time.
I've been sitting and listening all night, mate.
Good on you, buddy. Appreciate the support. Your brother's going pretty good, mate.
Shannon?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, he is. Yeah, yep. He's been bringing me along a little bit too, so...
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of nicking him for my team, so he's getting good.
Oh,
Jesus.
Like that.
That's what I normally do with Ben's team. I wait till I get really fast on nick him.
He's pretty ordinary last night, but he's a bit dirty on himself.
You lay off my boys, McKnight.
I'll withdraw that statement, Your Honour.
What's that statement you said earlier there, Jamie? I said, money's no option.
Boys, when I retire,
we can be bought.
We'll probably have to go Philippine Airlines economy, but we'll get there. Don't worry.
Thanks, Matt.
Even team shirts would be good. So we don't get any team shirts at WK&P.
This is what
hey, what's going on there?
I'm wearing one now.
Oh, we don't need it. We don't need it, Johnny.
Hang on. I'm gonna upset you. Matt, because Josh got one. Josh got given one tonight, so I will make sure that happens. I will make sure that happens, mate. Ryan, if you're listening, mate, get out there and get it sorted.
Has anyone ever noticed how much airtime WK&P get in the East Coast in this race? I've noticed. I'm just saying.
Speaking of team shirts, I'm still waiting for the one from Ignite.
I sent it. Mailed it to the mail model from Mildura.
You and me both, Mark.
Out in Mildura, Mark, I'm sure it's been delivered by camel.
I'm bringing yours up personally, Scotty.
Oh, thanks, Jamie.
Right, mate, I mailed Mark's to the mail model at Mildura, so if he didn't get it, it's not my fault.
Blake 0888 says Jamie with about 20 E's.
Is that Blake Warby?
I don't think so.
He's fast up, that little bastard.
If that is Blake Warboys, you better jump in here too, son.
Yeah, you stole a championship off me last season, mate. I wasn't up.
I know Warboys can jump in here, so you better get in here, son, if that's you.
Absolutely hates me.
Jason Fewens arrived to defend himself.
Yeah, Fewens in here, yep. So, Jace, you're back, mate. So, can you please fill us in what is the war going on, not in the Ukraine, but the war between EMU and PRA after last night? What is the latest status?
I'd say lack of talent.
Lack of talent? So, who's been taken as a POW?
Warren was first victim last night in lap number 4. Dropped a wheel on the exit of turn 1 and he become collateral damage. And then late in the race, I think lap 58, Reggie decided to duplicate the effort and took out Roy Boy. So we've got egg on our face at the moment, but luckily we're all mates.
And
I don't believe that, Jason. I reckon
is there any truth to the rumour that David Baldock started it all?
Dave is the Napoleon
That's good to me.
of PRA, little man syndrome.
Terrible syndrome.
Love it.
So we tried to take Dave out, but he was that far back down the field. We couldn't sacrifice that much time.
And of course, the Blake causing all the fuss in our chat is Blake Delaney from East Coast. One of the members of the CC train from Fishy Motorsport. So big shout out to Blake.
One of my supposed enduro partners who always flags me and puts me in the second car. Oh, I got you, Blake. Don't worry. Male model from Melbourne.
Is there any left? Is there any male models left after the lockdown in Melbourne?
What do you
Yeah, he moved to Mildura.
Mate, when he walks into my dealership, all the girls go, "Ooh, Blake Delaney's here, Blake Delaney's here." Makes me sick. He's not that handsome. I mean, he's pretty good style, but he's probably an 8 out of 10.
But isn't your photo on the wall? So everyone's got that to compare against.
My photos are presented either. My photos on his wall and his greatest customer.
So just to recap the battle for the top 10 here. So in 10th we've got Michael Hayes. In 9th we've got Mark Dial, because we've only got a couple of laps left. In 8th we have Van Ree up 6 spots. Farrington in 7th. Pete Keller from Synergy Sim Racing up 4 spots in 6th. Gary Buckland. So Gaz has dropped out of here, so I'm not sure where Gaz is. Oh no, he's still there. No, Craig Blanchard's there. Craig Blanchard sitting in 4th. Andrew Galley in 3rd. 2nd is Matty McMillan, and 1st is Dave Galbert. Or Garbett, sorry. Not Galbert.
Yeah, Garbett.
Yeah, I'll get it right. Sorry, Dave. Oh, Dave chopped in.
Get it right eventually.
How are you, Dave?
Hey, Dave. Yeah, good guys. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Call him Dangerous Dave, mate. You won't get his surname wrong.
Oh, yeah. And you can tell that from my start. That was woeful.
Oh, if you know.
What happened? Did you forget to select gear?
No, I had it in gear. I had a little bit too much revs on it as I let the clutch out and just bagged it up with the short gearing on it and got eaten.
Dave, the People's Champion here, can I ask you a question?
Setup problem then?
No. Yeah, sure, mate.
Mate, your race lap at Bathurst was 2.5 seconds faster than your pre-qual lap. I'm not accusing you of ghosting or anything, mate, but what's going on there?
I suck at qual.
Or in the race?
Yeah, no. Okay, so for this race, I raced all day, practiced all day Saturday. I think I had a 2-to-1 incident to lap ratio around this track, and probably turned about 300 and something laps on the Saturday, and then Sunday was probably another 180 or something laps on the Sunday. So yeah, had a slow weekend.
Yeah, 20 minutes practice in there.
Yeah, of course. So didn't have 20 minutes practice. I spent probably about 2 or 3 days. Friday was the first time I turned a lap on this track.
Yeah, Bathurst race, mate, was very impressive.
Yeah, thank you. I think I got 3 goals this season. Don't crash. Try not to crash, and really, try to finish the race without crashing.
Everyone asked me what's the secret, and I gave no mistakes. Finish as high as you can every week. That's the secret.
Yeah.
If you make no mistakes, finish the highest you could.
I think I gave Dave a hand too, didn't I?
Yeah. And look, we've had a whole bunch of different people chatting to each other. I think Sean, if he's still on here, and Ed, and we've everybody got talked around the track once or twice.
The Hoff video, mate.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to stop helping people. They're getting too competitive.
Just
go. Someone likes Bathurst, I get your videos. I get Hoff videos. I'll watch it before I do Bathurst, and then bang, straight on.
Just going to jump in real quick, guys. Just a big shout out to Dave Coleman from Fishy as well, who's watching the stream. Great to see that some of the East Coast drivers getting in and supporting the Split 3 boys and getting behind the Split.
Coleman, this is the People's Champion here. Slow down, mate. See, fast as he's got the macros for sure.
No, those guys are on the money.
He's been beat me. It's unheard of.
Yeah, they're quick. That's why I'm not getting in your way on the East Coast anymore, Jane.
Thanks, mate. I didn't even know that was you, actually. Until I watched it afterwards, and I thought.
Yeah, that's why I'm opting out until I can keep up.
I'll tell you what,
don't opt out of
asshole.
Dave. Don't opt out of East Coast, mate. Jump in, get involved, still be there. It's
No, Dave,
still
West Coast.
it's competitive all the way through, mate. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, let me get back into split 2. Let me be able to qualify first, and then
No. I'm talking about East.
We'll go from there.
We're talking East Coast now.
Yeah.
Jump in, still be there, mate, because it's a very competitive all the way through.
Yeah.
And
it's too competitive. It's too competitive.
Mark Duggan and myself have no idea where to look half the time because it's basically half a second splitting most of the field all the way through.
Yeah.
Mark Dole
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm always 9 for 10.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got a few work things going on at the moment, so Tuesday nights are out, unfortunately. So, yeah, maybe next season we'll see how it all pans out.
And you, McKnight, you're the bloody silent assassin because you're driving around with bloody 0Xs and fast laps and everything else. When all the points get added up, all of a sudden you're moving up the bloody table.
Like you were when I finished second last season. You're like, Jamie McKnight second. Yeah, what? Fuck. You got 90 bonus points.
Yep, well done.
No mistakes.
Well done. Yeah.
No, I'm second was shit. But no, I got thrashed by Warbies.
Oh yeah, he's quick.
I just couldn't. I had nothing for him, man, and that really disappoints me.
Yeah. He's like a savant behind the wheel. That's all I'm going to say about Blake.
He doesn't make any mistakes either. That's what he's good at.
Yep. And Matty, I'm sorry about you spinning the coming out of the corkscrew, mate. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to get past you.
Oh, look, mate, I know. I was gutted, mate. I practiced my ass off all week on this track.
Yep.
And practice. And
Yep.
I just hit first gear coming down through that corkscrew, just coming down too quick.
And
then I flat spotted the rears and couldn't chase you down.
All I'm going to say when you start talking about practice, I was lucky enough to have Vargs coach me for 4 hours on a Wednesday night at Red Bull.
Well, geez, that worked.
It did.
You're doing nothing for his promotion.
No. All I'm going to say is it was seriously like watching one of those old documentaries about the East German bloody gymnastic coaches. It was like, off track, stop, pull up, again, go again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go again. Go again.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
No, and it was like it was like 5 to 12, and it was like, I'm tired, my arms hurt, I've had enough, and it's like, no, go again.
Steve doesn't get up till 10 though in the morning.
Yeah, I know. Love you, Varks.
He's a kit man.
Bloody,
he's running on WA time. That's the thing.
Bloody good driver though.
He's a great driver. He's a good driver. I know I've had to beat him.
Yeah, and shout out to Johnny Latham too for a bit of help going learning this track too. So Andrew, John, all the boys in HSR as well. Yeah, everybody's given me some advice.
No worries.
And you too, Jamie, as always. Don't make mistakes.
And Michael Whiting's jumped in the chat as well, so we've got the full sushi train in tonight. So good to see all the fishy boys jumping in. When are we going to see fishy boys in Vewts? Can any of you boys answer that, you young ones out there?
Yeah, he's 38 now and he's coming.
And counting.
He can't.
Can't get older quick enough.
You reckon he's going to be the People's Champion, people? Come on, Whiting. Yeah, set realistic targets, mate.
I don't think it'll be too hard, James.
What was that mean?
I got to say, I've been calling the fishy boys in the East Coast for the last 2 seasons. Love them. They're great fun.
Great sponsor.
Very entertaining as well. Have a great sponsor. Yeah, very entertaining as well, particularly when I get 3 or 4 of them in a line. I bring out the old sushi train gif. They love it. It's great fun.
Is that the second or the third time they're lapping you?
They don't lap me in East Coast.
Oh yeah, you're commentating.
That's right.
We know.
Exactly.
Hey, that's a strategy there, boys.
Look at Dial here, getting past everybody.
Can I tell you something? He's a bloody good racer, Dial. He just keeps his head cool.
Well, he's 9 seconds back from me at the moment, but a bit earlier before we got the last couple of laps, I was.
He really does.
I'm gonna use some inappropriate language because it's nearly midnight. I was shitting myself because Dial was coming quickly behind me.
About? Hasn't been any inappropriate fucking language. You talking about?
No, Dial.
No, I was trying. I think I overtried and just wore out the tyres, and then realised that the fuel wasn't going to get there in the end. So,
hey boys, listen, I've got to run. I've got to finish the setup for you.
All righty.
Sure you do, Jamie.
Awesome, thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie, for dropping in. Welcome anytime in the Split 3 lounge, mate. I hope to see you soon.
Guys, Ed here. Did the safety car lights come on, or did I miss something?
No, the safety car was just called very quietly as safety car.
Right.
Which
okay.
caught a few people out. And
I think, yeah.
Yeah, so it caught a lot of people out. Like, I didn't realise until I actually saw the Porsche on track and went, oh shit, that's the safety car. So I'm probably lucky in the sense that the person I did pass was my teammate. Sorry, Dave. That I didn't get caught out. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone else had passed the safety car. So
yeah. It was more the case my spotter was just going off his dial, you know, because... And, of course, then we were letting the guys with the lucky dog go through. And, you know, geez, you had to watch the guy in front because we're only doing about... We weren't going very fast, but if you took your eye off the screen, you'd run up the back into someone.
I think we had no offence to Martin Lofthouse, and I'm not sure who race control actually was.
I think it was Danny, was it?
Yeah, Danny or whatever. They were kind of last minute fill-ins.
Yeah, like he was supposed to be safety car, and he got lifted to race control, and he hadn't really done it before. So.
Yeah, so they were kind of late minute fill-ins because I know Ash had cricket commitments because he's got a grand final tomorrow. Hope he loses. Sorry, Ash. He's playing my boys. And Josh Drage is on holidays, who I had dinner with tonight, who's travelled up from Adelaide to Albury. And so we were kind of short our regular guys, who I know should be back next week, hopefully. So we're had some ring-ins. So they didn't sort of do the old safety cards, board and flags with commentary and on screen. So I think that sort of caught us all out.
I mean, if we had the double yellow, I mean... I quickly learned that the boys said, look, we're just helping out tonight. I understood that. And hey, look, I appreciate all the efforts these guys put in, you know. So don't get me wrong. But, it took me by surprise that flying around the corner, everyone's lined up in a line. You go, oh, okay, we got a safety car here.
Yeah.
So I heard whoever it was called for
the
tow, called out, and then I heard the word safety car, and I went, well, I'm going to slow up just in case. So, yeah.
Right. Dave, mate, big win again tonight, so you got to be happy with that one.
Absolutely. I've put in the practice though, so I'm just annoyed at myself for screwing up the start and bumping into Mark. There wasn't a lot of space there going into turn one.
It wasn't.
And
it was pretty tight.
Just before I throw to our second place guy, Ben Anthony, you're always confused. Matty McMillan, mate, second. What do you got to say about that one?
Look, I'm stoked for it. I really thought I could have taken this one out tonight or last night. I've got that one brain explosion in me that I just sort of can't shake at the moment. So until I work on that, so I'm gonna improve. So that's about all I can do, mate. Just more practice and
keep
and
working
like I
hard,
said,
buddy.
just driving with these same guys and that as well. It is good to know that you can drive around these guys safely and race hard. I haven't got a bad word to say against any of these guys in Split 3. But yeah, and also in saying that, I'd like to give a big shout out to Andrew Galley, who finished third there.
Well, I was
Very
about to.
quiet all night, poked along, and kept out of trouble, and he was wrapped for that as well.
Well, I was about to throw to a WK&P joke here. So, Andrew Galley, did you want to say something? Silence. Andrew, man of many words. No, great drive from Andrew. Actually, I thought he did really well to get up into P3. I was quite happy for him to achieve what he achieved last night. I know he worked hard this week as well. And Blanchy home in fourth.
Yeah, I had mixed feelings about that one. It's, as I said, I found that track really hard work. I'd probably set me sights a little bit higher, but got to be happy just that I brought it home where I didn't salvage. I just couldn't find the race pace that I thought I could from practice. But congratulations to the guys up top, because their pace was consistently good. It was good and deserved.
No, it was. I'll just run down. Gary's not with us. Pete Keller's not with us. Faz is not with us. My race, I kind of thought I was pretty happy with 8th. I've kind of had a couple of weeks where I haven't really had time to focus on what I've been doing. My qualifying time was nowhere near there, so I worked hard. I sort of got into a groove. Sorry to Darren for the bump we had at lap 15. Yeah, keep working hard, I guess. Who else is in here? Ed Will's not here. Ed's not here. Jeff's not here. Mark, you want to say something about your race?
Yeah. I'll do better next week.
Yeah.
And I'll work out the fuel calculations off the new sim hub that I'm using. So once I get that right, we won't be running out of fuel.
Yeah.
Scott, keep you paid on your car.
Well, I just wanted to get a little bit of mixed handiwork on my car. So,
and
yeah, I did do that.
You did quite well.
Sorry about that, though, buddy. I did. You left the door open, and
I did.
Yeah, I thought I'm going in. I'm taking it. It just went a bit quicker than I thought I was going. So, do apologise for that, Scotty.
All good, mate.
And
racing.
Ed, I noticed I skipped you, mate. What about your race? Any comments?
Yeah, look, the second race in, once again, the goal is to finish. It's nice to finish on the lead lap. And each week I'm just getting a bit more familiar with the car. So, and modifying me setup at home just to suit the V8 supercars. So, yeah, like I'm, just happy to finish races and not ruin anyone else's.
Mate, up 6 spots, mate. You're a hard charger, so I'd wear that hat and take it well.
Yeah, similar to the first race. So just keep my nose clean, and when I do get someone, fast behind me, I generally just move out and let them go.
Yep, absolutely.
I know who I'm racing myself.
And the last man in the lounge to have a chat to, probably not his greatest night, but Sean, any comments you want to make, mate?
Yeah, mate, it's kind of funny because day before I was really struggling time-wise, and then Dave Garbett gave me a few tips. Did a few laps day before, turned up on the race, did my fastest ever lap in quali. So I was made up with that, quali P12, was running top 10 for over half the race, so I was well happy with that, and then I binned it. So, I don't know, it's hard. Like, overall, I'm probably reasonably happy because I thought I was going to finish at the back, but I could have been top 10, so just keep going, mate, but I'm absolutely loving it.
Oh, look,
you
mate,
guys are great. I'm learning a lot off you guys, just doing laps, man. So it's
mate,
good, loving it.
If you didn't make that,
well done.
If you didn't make that stuff up in second last turn, mate, you would have been in front of me. So you would have well and truly been in the top 10.
Cheers, mate. I'm gutted because I'm not fast, but I sort of try and pride myself on being like pretty consistent. So I'm a bit gutted, really. But as you say, I was looking in the mirror as he went into the pits, and it just came off.
Yeah, and trying to pass you on lap 15, mate. You don't take a step back, which is good to know. moving forward.
Don't feel bad, Sean. You know how many times I've spun looking in the rearview mirror because you don't get the reference. You know, you haven't got that landscape reference if you look in the mirror.
Yeah, that's right.
Detroit, when you go to Detroit, when you go through the first turn or the first two turns and coming out of there, I've had someone close to me before, and it actually wasn't in Vets, but in another race. And seriously, that's it. You just didn't have that reference because I looked in the rear view mirror because he was close, and it will just go around that quick in one of these. You just can't catch it then.
Yeah.
And one thing I've got a bit of grip on once you crash.
And don't
like
take
that,
unnecessary risks.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. You
Just a quick note on your relatives, which might help people because they're so interested in looking at their relatives. What I do when I come out of a corner, I have a look at a relative, and then halfway down a straight, I look at a relative, and then I don't look at it again till the next straight.
Yep. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, you definitely got to wait till you're not busy.
Yeah, just got to get it late enough out of the corner though. So you're not looking at it when you're still sliding.
Any of you guys use crew chief or anything like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Because if you use crew chief, he'll pretty much tell you where the car is behind you. You don't have to keep looking at your relative.
Yep. And I had the Delta off and the virtual mirror off, and just using. I've got the main mirrors on and just driving on what I can see out the windscreen.
Yeah, I think I'll turn the mirror off. Mirror's deceptive, I reckon.
No, you could beat us with your eyes closed going around the bloody track, mate. So that's
not yet. Yeah, well, let's wait to motorsport, right? So,
and
I'm not going to be able to do as much practice. So,
I used to turn my split off because I was always looking at split, and that was catching me out sometimes on corner exit because I'm looking at it to see if I'm up.
No, that's it. I have all the overlays on my screen too, and I had to take them all off because they're just too distracting.
Yep.
They're good to look at, mind you, but they're distracting when you're trying to race.
Yeah, so great in practice, and if you can use it to get consistent in practice, fantastic. But I think race night's very, very different, and you've got to be aware of the traffic where it is around you, but you don't have to worry about it. And having the mirrors going can distract you from actually putting the car where you need to put it.
Tell you what, I'm glad I had the track map on though. That's how I knew there was a safety car.
Yeah, well, this is true.
Lined up on the map.
Interesting, Sean. I've never run with the track map on, but I suppose.
Big shout out to Anthony Visma. I've seen none of your relatives on sim racing either, mate. So good to know.
Oh man, here you guys.
We know Anthony because he's never always run out of fuel.
I'm always behind Visma lately when he turns right into the wall.
Just put that down
twice.
To USB disconnection.
Yeah, twice this week in practice he did it.
So, quick question, guys. Next. Sorry, Scotty. Go, Scotty.
I do have to say, Sean, I had to take that P16 off you last night because I came P16 at Bathurst the week before, and I just want to keep consistent.
Fair call.
Fair call.
Fair call. Couple of last question, guys, before we call it a night. Mosport thoughts?
Love it. One of my favourite tracks.
Yep, love it.
Can't wait.
Expect to do well. So long as the setup is the way I want it. So if you listen, Ignite, it better be.
If the setup's like last season, I will not complain at all.
Yeah,
well, I did race last season's one.
It was a really good setup last season.
It's the only track where I can really give it to Jamie. So yeah, looking good.
What tape you do?
Well, latest figures latest figures coming in. Hoff is it's 0.25 a litre a lap now.
I'm not working on fuel saving this season. That's out the window because I wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah.
No, work on fuel saving, mate. It comes in really handy.
Well, if he's getting 2.5, I'll go lower. But yeah.
I will say it comes in really handy when you have a safety car and no one else pits.
Mate, you don't know how close Scott West and I were at Bathurst to running out of fuel. We were fuel saving that much.
I was going to say, with Mosport, if it's this is the first track that I've got to repeat from my first season last year, it's going to be interesting to see what fuel load they give us, if it's going to be the same as last year, because it was the track where you were real close.
Yeah, 100%.
It was right on that, whether or not you could get away with 2 stops or a splash and dash.
I had plenty left over. I wasn't worried.
Yeah.
And if I know Ben,
and you know Ben,
and the numbers will be tight again, I think. Ben likes to throw that curveball in.
Yeah, well, last season I did it in 2 stops, but I did sit behind Richard Borello and Reg James for lap after lap after lap, just saving fuel.
Yeah. Anyway, boys, we're going to call it a night here, and I just want to thank Hoffy, Blanchard, Heels, Dave Garbett, Eddie Cullen, Jeff Thomas, Mark Dole, Matty McMillan, and Sean Leyland, and Jamie McKnight for jumping in the chat. And I hope to see you all next week for round 3 of the Split 3 Drivers Lounge. Thanks, guys.
No